you ever sat down for an exam, read the question, and then thought to yourself, wait, I don't recognize this question at all. Did I actually learn the material, or did I just memorize a bunch of answers? That's exactly the problem with most courses today, and exactly why I've designed this course. If your goal is to pass the exam and learn the material for the job afterwards, then congratulations, you're in the right place. Welcome to my course on passing the Databricks Data Engineering Associate Certification Exam. And best part of all, I've made the course completely free to take. In this course, we're going to learn every exam objective together. We're going to build real things with hands-on labs, and we're going to look at real-world problems. By the end of this course, you won't just feel like you're going to ace the exam. You're going to feel like you're confident building data pipelines on Databricks. Let's jump in. So, brief introduction about myself. Hi, my name is Will Gurton, and I've spent the last 15 plus years helping some of the largest enterprises take their data pipelines to production. I'm also author of the book Building Modern Data Applications Using the Databricks Lakehouse. I've had the opportunity to speak twice at the Databricks Data and AI Summit, and I've built this course because I'm passionate about teaching others technology, not just how to memorize a bunch of questions you're just going to forget. My goal in this course is simple. I want to help you build real Databricks skills while also getting you fully prepared to ace the exam. So I built this course with 4 types of students in mind. The main one being anyone preparing to take the Databricks Data Engineering Associate Certification Exam. But it also applies to data engineers who are completely new to the Databricks platform. Or maybe you're an engineer transitioning into the world of data engineering. Or perhaps you're a student looking to build just a strong foundation in Databricks skills. However, if you're already familiar with a lot of the advanced features of Databricks, or perhaps you're preparing for your data engineering professional exam, then this course is probably a little bit too slow for you. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about how I'm going to get you there. So back in May of 2026, Databricks updated the exam with the following breakdown. 6% of the exam focuses on the Databricks Intelligence Platform, testing you on the capabilities of Databricks. 21% of the exam is going to cover data ingestion and loading, including questions about how the data enters the lakehouse. The largest section, at 22%, is dedicated to data transformations and modeling, making it one of the most important topics we're going to cover in this course. 16% of the exam focuses on lake flow jobs, where you'll be tested on orchestration and scheduling your data pipelines. 10% of the exam is going to cover implementing CI/CD, and another 10% is going to focus on troubleshooting, monitoring, and performance optimizations. Finally, the last 15% is going to cover data governance and security, including topics like Unity Catalog, permissions, and managing data access. So I've designed this course to map cleanly to each of the sections of the exam. Starting with Section 1, we're going to tour the Databricks Intelligence Platform, starting by deploying your own free Databricks workspace. In Section 2, we're going to cover all the different data ingestion techniques for ingesting data into Databricks from a variety of sources. Section 3, we're going to jump into common data transformations and data models. And in Section 4, it's all about Lakeflow jobs. We're going to cover how to orchestrate your data pipelines. In Section 5, we're going to build a CI/CD pipeline and deploy your data pipeline to Databricks. In Section 6, we'll look at common troubleshooting errors and monitoring your pipelines and pipeline optimizations. Section 7, well, it's all about securing your data using Unity Catalog. And in a bonus Section 8, I'm going to give you my tips for taking the exam. So I highly encourage you to learn by doing, not just by watching the videos. So here is how I would recommend that you approach this course. Watch each lesson in order since each topic builds on the last. Download the accompanying GitHub notebooks to experiment and practice on your own. Follow along with every demo in your own Databricks workspace. Review the study guide after each section to reinforce key concepts. When you've completed the course, test your knowledge with the practice exams. Lastly, everything in this course is built around one philosophy. Understand the key concepts, apply them hands-on, and the certification becomes a natural result. Alright, so now that we know how the course is structured, it's time to get started. But before we can dive into the exam topics, we'll first need a way to follow along with the hands-on labs throughout this course. In the next lesson, I'll walk you through setting up your own Databricks Free Edition account. I'll give you a guided tour of the platform, and I'll explain which features matter the most for data engineering. Once you're finished, you'll have everything that you need to know to start building data pipelines on Databricks. Click on Lesson 1 now to get your Databricks workspace up and running. And if you plan on following the course from start to finish, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll receive a notification as soon as each lesson is published. I'll see you in Lesson 1.